I want to give a brief overview of one of the most powerful tools in Adobe Illustrator. I'm talking about the pen tool. We'll find it here close to the top, and when you just click with the pen tool, you're going to get straight lines. This is the most basic way to use it. The pen tool also has indicators that tell you what it is doing or about to do. Like in this case, it's telling me with the little small circle that's beside the pen tool icon that it's going to close this path. So it gives you information to read. Right now it has an asterisk that's telling me it's about to start a new line. If I didn't want to close a path, I can control click and it will release it. So I could just go up and down and make a zigzag. Control click and I can release it. If I wanted to go back to this and add into it, I have a backslash that will let me pick back up where I left off. Control click again and it's released. It also allows me to make curved paths. It even gives me the indicator between the two of where it's going to go. These curved paths are called Bezier. And that's just the name of the person that defined them or created them. And what sets them apart are the handles that are used to make the curved paths. They determine the type of curve that it has. If I move these, the curve changes. And this goes in 360. It'll go all the way around, and you can adjust them in different ways. All of these can be adjusted. You can directly select a piece, move it around, change that. You can even eliminate an anchor point. But what makes all of this unique is that these points are defined by mathematical either locations, formulas, functions. They're all mathematics. You don't have to do the maths, it does it for you, but that's what makes them so powerful, so scalable, so clear, is the fact that they're based on math instead of a certain amount of resolution or pixels. These are talking to the computer, if you will, through mathematical language. You can see that when I highlight these, we have our corner widgets. These are live shapes, and we can change those into rounded shapes instead of pointed. Also, we can just go up and convert a different way to do it. And now we have the handles. If we hold our Alt key, any one of these can be switched and changed. This gives so much flexibility in, and hold down my shift as well and it'll come out. If I want to start a line, make a curve, but I want to duplicate that exact curve, I can hold my Alt key and put my handle up, mirror image of the other one, and then I can duplicate the curve. Let's look at it in use. What we have here are symbols, and these are just from the Illustrator library. And what I've done with them is to put them on a different layer, and I've locked it so that they won't move around when I'm trying to pen tool them. And I've also turned down the opacity so that I would be able to see the pen tool line. It would be contrasting a little bit better with the opacity down. Go back and lock that back. And we're going to look at recreating this envelope, and just going to go around it. Here in the center. The top portion. Now the bottom portion of the envelope. Just straight lines. But you end up with a pretty cool shape, and we'll take these in. Make sure that we have white in that one, white in that one, and in the back one we'll put gray. We should be able to select all of that, slide it over, and have the same thing. I want to go down to this next and show a technique for drawing a good circle. Start at the top. I've clicked but not let go, and I'm going to drag not too far out on the center of the side. If I hold my shift key, these go perfectly straight, and that's what I want. Center of the bottom, out, side, out, dragging out, holding my shift key, and duplicating what I had the first time. Now I have a pretty good symmetrical circle by doing that. Just 4 points, Bezier curves, and going around, holding my shift while I drag the circles. And of course then this portion can go just with straight clicks around the shape. Now I notice that I have an issue, and that is I have gray fill as I start to go around this. I can select this, go to the fill, turn it off by clicking this, and then I can pick back up where I left off by looking for that backslash, and I can just continue to go around this to make the shape. I'm actually going to stop there, and obviously if I see places where I'm off a little bit, I can just adjust it. I want to look at the heart and show you yet another technique for pen tooling that's pretty cool. Start in the center, and I'm going to go to the top of the heart curve at the top. I'm going to come hit the side, and I'm trying to get right on the outside line. And I want this to mirror the other side if I can. Back to the top, and then there. And we'll put some color in this. Make it a red heart. Now that's a pretty poor looking heart, but using the anchor point tool, we can grab any one of these and start to push that out and mirror those curves. You can even kind of wiggle this back and forth a little bit to get it to settle in there really good, and just work your way around. And this is a cool and unique way to make a heart in a hurry. That's a pretty cool heart. One more, we'll look at the plane, and that's to do a technique of both of those. And just go using the straight lines there, and then all the rest of it is pretty straight. Again, I see that I have my fill on, so that's going to be a problem in a moment. And I can't see the tail of the plane, but if I hold my space bar down in process, I can just pan this up. Feels starting to be a little bit of a problem, and now it is a problem. Control click, make sure it's selected, go to my fill, take that off, get my pen tool, go back, I can connect back in and go around this very quickly. It's okay that I missed that. I can adjust that in a moment. And I'm back to where I began. I have the circle telling me I'm closed. And here's where I would use, once again, the anchor point tool and just push these up and out to mirror the other side. And otherwise, I'll get my direct selection tool, the white arrow, where I can grab one point at a time and just readjust it. Let's look at it. Pretty good. Let's put some color in these just to see them a little better. And we'll just bump up the stroke on that one so you can see it just a little better. There you have it. These are just the basics of the pen tool. The pen tool is a very powerful tool, and we've really just only begun to look at what it can do.